Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Inside Titan Sports. My name is Eric Kohler, and thanks for joining us. This week's episode is the final segment for 2016, but don't fret, we'll be back on the other side in 2017. In this episode, we'll sit down one-on-one with a couple of players from a men's basketball team and also catch up with Mike Parsons as he previews that 2017 season. But first, let's talk women's hoops and bring back the head coach of your Titans, Jim Grimes. Hey, Coach.
Hey, how are you?
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Hey, big win against Snead State. You guys racked in 14 three-pointers and had balance for 4 players. Talk about that big win.
Well, we really needed that one, and it was nice to see the team sort of come around to some of the principles we've been preaching. I was telling some people after the game, it was the closest that I've seen to some of our previous teams. We've been known for shooting a lot of threes. We're first in the region in three-pointers attempted. We're first in the region in three-pointers made. So we shot 14 for 33 against Snead, so that was really helpful. Led by Mariah Batts. She had 6 threes herself, and Evie Sagner had 3 threes. So it was a balanced effort overall.
Talk about Mariah Batts. She's got 29 three-pointers on the season. That's a very talented player you have, Mariah Batts.
Yeah, we're really pleased that she's become part of our program. She's a local player from Astronaut High School in Titusville, and we actually were able to get involved in recruiting her quite late in the process. I saw her at an all-star game that we hosted at Eastern Florida, and we began talking with her, and she decided to come and join our program. She's been even way better than I thought she would ever be. She's a great shooter. She's a great worker. The best thing, honestly, about her, I don't want to sound like cliched, is she's just a great kid. Good student, really just a good leader. She's added so much to our program. She's definitely the kind of kid that I really enjoy coaching.
Well, it seems that's a common thing that you guys bring in good kids at Eastern Florida State College. Talk about Trudy. She's been the rock of your team. That's a young team laced with a lot of freshmen. Talk about Trudy right now.
Yeah, she was really good for us also last week. She had 19 in the game against Snead. Almost had a double-double. She had 9 rebounds. She's been our most consistent player throughout the season. She leads us in scoring, leads us in rebounding, and she's growing every day as a leader. She's a quiet person naturally, so we really tried to help her come out of her shell in practice, getting her to almost act like an assistant coach. So she's been really loud, very vocal, getting the other players to buy in more and show energy. So obviously, Trudy's one of my favorite players I've ever coached.
Well, I'll tell you what, to this point, you have so many freshmen, and you have this season, we're wrapping things down for the holiday season. How do you feel about the team so far?
Well, it depends on the day. With freshmen, you sort of never know how they're going to respond to different things. Everything that they're experiencing, it's for the first time. So it's been nice to have someone like Trudy, Evie Sagner, who was around our program last year, and so that's helped. But the freshmen, you just sort of been baptism by fire. And of course, last weekend against Snead, they were very, very good, especially in the second half. And Sherifant has moved into the starting lineup at the 1 for us, and she's been very, very good for us at the last few games, and she was a big part of that win also. Victoria Morales has also been starting for us as a freshman. She's another one who I just think the sky's the limit for her potential. She's got some Division I looks already as a freshman, and she is just blossoming. She's tall and long, and she's very versatile. I think she's going to end up being a really, really good player here.
So let's talk about the holiday schedule in terms of scheduling-wise. You come home next Wednesday, play a team out of Jacksonville, and you play the number 1 team again after Christmas and have back-to-back road games on the 29th and 30th. Talk about how you want to cap out and finish 2016 before you start 2017.
Yeah, we've actually been on the road for almost the entire month of December, so it'll be nice to have a home game next week against FSCJ. After that game, then the team will have a short break for Christmas. That game's on the 21st, and they'll be able to go home for a few days. The day after Christmas, we'll be back at it, practicing that afternoon, and then we'll be preparing to go down to Fort Myers to play in the Florida Southwestern Classic down there. That's where we'll see the number 1 team in the country, Gulf Coast, who we had a really good game with about a week or so ago, and so it's a great experience. And we've talked before on the show about playing the best teams in the country. We play the number 1 team in the country twice. We play the number 2 team in the country twice. And so again, those freshmen will sink or swim. But I think they've done a lot of swimming so far.
Right.
They're learning every day. They're getting better every day. So we're looking forward to getting a short break for Christmas. I think everyone's looking forward to spend some time with their family, getting away from it just for a little bit. But not too long. We'll be back at it right after leading into the new year.
So how do you feel? How are you stacking up against these teams, number 1, 2 in the country?
Well, you play these teams and you want to be competitive. You'd obviously like to win these games. I think our program is we're making steps to start competing with those teams. Chipola, teams like Chipola, Gulf Coast, the teams we've seen, they're where we want to be. We're not there yet, but we're competitive with those teams, and that's really the key right now. We're early on in building a program to compete at a national level. The only way you can compete at a national level is to play a nationally level ranked schedule, and that's what we're doing.
Well, obviously, this is not the first time you've been around the block. You have all these freshmen, but when you get ramped up for the conference schedule, do you feel like you can make a run in conference?
Yeah, we're still just a few weeks away from getting into that, so I don't know is the honest answer. I think that when we play well, when we have everything sort of going according to what we learn in practice, our principles that we teach as a staff, when our kids are buying into those like they were against Snead State, I think we can compete with anybody. So we'll see. It should be interesting. The conference is much improved. It's going to be tougher than it has been in past years, so we'll have to play a lot better than we've played so far to compete for the conference championship.
Now, I got a funny question for you. I noticed the team picture, there's somebody that's missing, and it's you, Coach Jim Grimes.
Yeah.
Tell me about what happened there.
Yeah, for pictures and things like that, that's not really my thing. This TV show is probably not my thing.
I think it's a good thing for you.
I really like to make those things about the kids. They really enjoy those kinds of things, and we made some posters, individual posters and team posters. So that's really, I make that a thing for them to enjoy, and I make it about them. So that's not really my thing.
So it wasn't omission. It was blatantly that you weren't supposed to be on there.
That's correct. That's correct. I haven't been in a team picture since I've been coaching at Eastern Florida.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that our viewers might understand that one, but
hey, it's really about them. It's funny. I love coaching, and I think my job's important.
But
the truth is, the best coaches in the country are the ones that have the best players.
Right.
And that's what it is. Duke's a crazy hard place to play because they got really good players. And so that's no different here at Eastern Florida. I mean, I love my job. I think I'm pretty good at my job, but this program will go as far as the players take us. And it's about them. So.
And I get that, but that's the first time I've seen that you really kind of stepped aside for the team. But hey, I like that. But let's talk about the holidays. Christmas is on our front doorstep. Any traditions that the Grimes family does?
Oh, sure. We really try to focus in on the reason for Christmas. We love going to church on Christmas Eve. We really try to stay away from as much of the worldly sort of examples of Christmas as we can.
Right.
I have 4 children, and my oldest is in college. She'll be coming home, and no matter how old your kids get, they're still your kids. So we're looking forward to exchanging presents like everyone does. We'll spend Christmas Eve, worshiping, and of course Christmas falls on a Sunday, so we'll be in church Sunday morning, and it's just a really great time to sort of, we talk a lot in my house and at Eastern Florida with our team about mission thinking. Staying true to who you are, staying true to your mission. Christmas is a great time for me personally to sort of focus back in on why I do what I do, and who I do it for. Well, Coach, we're lucky to have you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you and the Grimes family, and you're always welcome back on the show. Thanks so much. We're going to take a short break, come back and talk men's basketball. Stick around. This is Inside Titan Sports.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.
Hey fans, welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. This is a great segment coming up. Let's talk some men's basketball. Let's meet up with Shaq Seville, and we got Eli Farrakhan. Hey, gentlemen.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, congrats on a great start to the season.
Appreciate it.
National ranking, and you guys are beating some great teams. Shaq, this weekend, that had to be special. #1 team in the country, and then you won on Saturday and Sunday. Talk about those big wins this weekend.
Well, those wins were very, 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 meaningful to us. We definitely had it out for those 2 teams, because we heard about them from the beginning of the season all over till now. So it definitely felt really good to get that off our chest, coming into that season.
Those are good wins. Now, Eli, what do you think about those wins this weekend?
Oh, yeah. Those are definitely the two toughest teams we played all year. Probably we might have to play all year until maybe the state championship and nationals too. But I know how much the Northwest game means to our program. I know they beat us 2 years ago in the state championship. They won a national championship. They're ranked one. It's like they're always like ranked one ahead of us. So I know this game meant a lot to our team and Coach Shulman as well.
You know, guys, I reached out to Coach Shulman and on text, and I was like, "Hey, Coach, congratulations, a big weekend." One word. He goes, "Special."
Yeah.
Talk about Shulman as a coach. He seems like one of the good guys. We have him on the show. What drew him to you guys? Because you guys are local kids out of Palm Bay Heritage High.
Yeah.
How'd you guys buy into Shulman? I know it's not hard to buy into a coach, but tell me your story, Shaq.
You know, I'm from Palm Bay, and I kind of really came from nothing. You know, this is a really big opportunity for me, and I definitely had to take it. But Coach Shulman, I really didn't know about him till like late last year.
Okay.
And I found him from somebody who's no longer here at Eastern Florida anymore, but he definitely gave me the opportunity, and I'm really thankful for it. And Coach Shulman took me in, and he really showed me some good love. I'm not gonna lie, he's a real good coach. He's real smart. He showed me that there is a way you can make it out, you know, and you just have to just take it and just roll with it, you know.
Speaking of Coach Shulman, you have a quote that you like to quote from Coach Shulman, and I'm sure he's going to watch this episode, so we got to get this one right.
Yeah, players play and tough guys win.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a real quote. Pretty much saying like anybody can play the game, but really it all depends on how much heart you have. You really have to be tough to really win. You know, you have to really strive for it and really go hard at what you do to become successful at it.
Now, Eli, with you, the same thing. You guys were teammates.
Yeah.
And what drew you to Eastern Florida State College and Coach Shulman?
It was after my senior year. I didn't really know like where I wanted to go for basketball. I only had like one other option where I could go, and then my basketball coach said, "Would you like to go to Eastern Florida and redshirt a year?" And then at first I was like, "No, I don't really," because redshirting doesn't sound appealing, you know.
Right.
But that was just me being like immature, you know. Then I realized what I could do, like work hard for a year, get better as a player, and then I just decided to do it. And I thank Coach Shulman for giving me the opportunity.
You know, guys, I want to ask you both something. This is that we're glad to have you, but you know that fact is, if you could go to a four-year school and have to redshirt, or come to Eastern Florida State College, a nationally ranked program, player-wide array, you play and talk with other players in your peer group. Is that the way to go now? Is kind of the NJCAA way?
To be honest with me, it's a smart way to go. If you feel like you're not really ready yet for the high ranking levels, this is really a smart way to go because the coaches can teach you things that you know that you will need to get there and be successful at that level here in the NCAA rankings, you know? So I definitely feel like this would be a better route for you to take to get to the highest level of basketball.
That's a great point, Shaq. Eli, what are your thoughts about that level for you personally?
Yeah, I think the JUCO route can be great for some people. Like, there's a lot of talent at the JUCO level. A lot of people look down on JUCO because they don't really know about it. They just word of mouth. They just hear like, oh, it's JUCO this, JUCO that. But there's a lot of great players in JUCO, and like taking the JUCO route, it's great for some players. Like, it doesn't work for everybody, but it's great for some players. Like last year, our point guard CJ went to Ohio State. He's doing good there.
Right.
Some other players, BJ, he went to Georgia Southern. It gives people another opportunity. It gives people an extra opportunity to play at that next level.
And I think it's a great outlet too, though, guys, because like you said, I think that's changing.
Yeah.
Some of the people that are looking down with JUCO, I think say not so fast, my friend. I think there's a lot of players that are using that, as Shaq said, and as you alluded to, is that it's a new opportunity to get you to that next level.
Yeah.
So speaking of that next level, the NBA, obviously you guys as kids always want to play in the NBA.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You're a Kevin Durant guy. Talk about Kevin Durant and how you like to put yourself in comparison to Kevin.
I mean, Kevin, long, tall, he can shoot the ball, dunk, dribble, pretty much do everything a smaller player can and a big man can, you know? And to be able to put all that together and make just one like superstar, like that's great to me. And I feel like in a way I can definitely develop my game kind of similar to his because as me being a big man and getting slimmer, faster, quicker, you know, putting shots up in the gym and getting my handles down, I feel like I could probably be on that type of level.
Well, you got the frame too. Now I want to ask you, a lot of people hated on the fact he went to Golden State and left Russell Westbrook at OKC. Real quick, what are your thoughts on KD going to Golden State?
I mean, KD wants to win. and that's the goal. You know, you want to win a championship. I mean, who wouldn't want to win that, and
Right.
who wouldn't want to take the best opportunity to win it? Like going to Golden State for KD definitely was a big jump for him, and yeah, a lot of people didn't like it, but it's really all on him because it's his life and it's really what he wants to accomplish, and that's a championship, and he feel like Golden State would be the best way to do that. So in my opinion, you might as well just go along with it.
You got to take care of your business and not worry about other people. Eli, you have a young man that played out of Kentucky. Talk about Tyler Ulis.
Oh yeah, he's definitely like in my top 3 favorite players. I mean, I would say Kyrie and Steph, but I watched Tyler the most for sure. The reason is I started watching him when he was in high school. I saw him on YouTube or something, and then I was like, this guy, like, he's good, but most of the guys you see on YouTube, they're like dunking, they're jumping from the free throw line,
Right.
They're super strong. But he was just like a normal guy. Me and him have the same build. I found out he was going to Kentucky. I was like, this guy's going to Kentucky. And then just watching what he was able to do at Kentucky is amazing. People doubted him. Like he said, people said he would never play Division I basketball. He'd never make it to the NBA. So that's just like kind of an inspiration to me, you know, because people said I would never play college basketball. People say I'm too small to play Division I, so I just want to try to prove them wrong like he did.
Well, I mean, that's great motivation. Same thing for me on a personal level on different things with announcing.
Yeah.
Guys, the holidays are here. Do you got some family in the local area? What are you guys going to do? Shaq, what are you going to do for Christmas?
I'm gonna eat a lot, and I'm just gonna enjoy my time with my family that I have. You know,
great.
because it's to me, Christmas is all about just having the ones you really love around you and just being able to celebrate that time. I have a big brother. He's in the Army. His name's Shane, and he doesn't really get a chance to come back home like that.
Yeah.
And I might not be able to see him this Christmas, or I might be able to. He's just not telling me when he's coming, so I wouldn't really know. But hopefully I get to see him and all of us get back together and we just enjoy ourselves and, you know, have fun that day.
I think it's good, Shaq. Eli, what are your plans for Christmas?
I'm probably just going to stay home, relax with the family. I mean, we usually just do a thing. We wake up early in the morning because my grandpa's in the Air Force. He works at Patrick Air Force Base, so he has to go to work on Christmas. But we just wake up in the morning, all gather around, and he hands out all the presents and opens them one by one. So it should be cool.
Well, that's cool. What's really cool, you guys made the show. Don't be a
Yeah.
stranger.
Yeah.
You guys are local products. You're always welcome on the show.
Appreciate it.
You know, but listen, happy holidays. Good luck this season. Hopefully I'll get a couple games to call TV-wise, so I'll be there courtside with you guys. But Merry Christmas, Shaq
Merry
Seville,
Christmas to you too.
Eli Farrakhan.
Appreciate it. Merry
Always
Christmas.
welcome to the show. Go Titans.
All right, go Titans.
We're going to take a short break, come back and talk to our very own Mike Parsons. Keep it locked in, as this is Inside Titan Sports.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Hey fans, welcome back to our final segment of the 2016 episode of Inside Titan Sports. And it's a great pleasure and honor to bring back the manager of athletic communications, Michael Parsons. Hey Mike.
How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Been a great season.
It really has.
2016 with the show of Inside Titan Sports and then some great athletic success. Let's just dive right in. Talk about some highlights that you enjoyed covering on the sports 2016.
Yeah, definitely. You start looking, this is always the time of year that you start looking back and you start thinking, wow, where's the time gone?
Right.
I mean, it feels like it should still be, October or something. And
really
here we
does.
are, the last show of 2016. And,
Wow.
Another really banner year for our sports in the fall. We had the tennis team making history, with Louisa going all the way to nationals and then, of course, the soccer teams, doing what they always seem to do. And Bunny Shaw's an NJCA first-team All-American once again, along with Darian Davis. And, Craig McCall was a third-team All-American. And so, it's good. It's good to be me, I guess you could say, because, our teams all excelled. And that's what you look for, that's what you hope for, and it's really a great time of year when you can look back and see all the great accomplishments the teams did.
Well, I tell you what, Bunny Shaw, what a special story.
Yeah.
She went through some, personal tragedies with her family, and to bounce back and to play the way she did the national championship tournament, and then to get that honor bestowed on her to be an All-American.
Right.
is something for Bunny Shaw.
It really is, and you know, the way she played in that national tournament was just, you could tell the fire was in the belly, that she just wanted to win.
Right.
You know, and that's what we talk about all the time, is it's that passion, and you see that in her, and you see it in her eyes, and the way she played in those two games in the tournament, it's just unbelievable. And you know, she made the all-tournament team, and you know, sadly, if they had made the semifinals,
right,
she probably would have been the player of the tournament, because she was clearly one of the best players out there the whole week. And you know, 2 goals in each one of those games, and the one that, you know, made the online storm was just a remarkable play that you just don't see.
It was like a yo-yo on her foot.
It really was.
The way she scored. But men's soccer, they had a great, successful campaign. Oliver 12 Trees, the men's and women's golf team. I mean, it's just been a special year altogether for Titans athletics.
It really has, and now we roll into Christmas with the 2 basketball teams, you know, and it's been a fun season so far, and I look forward to, you know, after the Christmas holiday, of course, you always want to take a little break, take a little breather, but then afterwards, I look forward to, you know, where are these basketball teams going to end up? You know, I mean, I think both have a chance to go to national tournament, and in my world, that's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of busy time.
Well, talking about Christmas, you put together something special. We have a holiday video. Fans, check it out.
We here at Eastern Florida State College are thankful for all of our fans. And so this holiday season, we're hoping you have a joyful and happy holidays. So from our family to yours.
Hi, this is Jeff Carr from Eastern Florida Athletics, wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Go Titans!
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Eastern Florida Basketball.
Greetings from Eastern Florida State College and the Titans golf team.
From our team
to you and your team.
Titan families and friends,
we want to wish you a Merry Christmas
and Happy New Year.
During this holiday season,
may you and yours have time to share with those closest to you.
On behalf of the Eastern Florida State College men's golf team, we'd like to wish you
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from men's soccer.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. From Eastern Florida Volleyball. Yeah! Frohe Weihnachten.
Feliz Navidad, amigos.
Joyeux Noël.
And Merry Christmas from Titans Tennis.
Hey, Mike, that was a really great video. Did you produce that?
I did. You know, it was a lot of fun to put together. I have to give my wife credit. My wife, Lisa, she, you know, mentioned it around Thanksgiving that it'd be really cool to get the coaches just to kind of go on video and say something. And, you know, Thanksgiving got kind of away from us, but I thought, you know, this would be a cool Christmas video. And all the coaches were great. You know, they all had me come out and do different things, as you saw in the video. Each coach had their own idea of what they wanted to do, and it made it a lot of fun and really easy to put together.
Well, I think it was a nice touch, too, because it had uniqueness. Yeah. I really enjoyed the sweater that Coach Oliver 12 Trees wore.
That was a nice touch, yes.
Wow.
He actually asked me if we could do it the next day so he could get his sweater. So he wanted to make sure he had the sweater on for the shoot.
He's got a little Clark Griswold to him.
A little bit.
I'll tell you what, he likes Americana now, coming from over across the pond.
Definitely. So.
Well, let's setting it up. We're talking 2016. Now let's switch gears. 2017. New sports are coming on, and it's just an exciting time for Titans.
Yeah, really. I mean, basketball, you know, we'll be right in the middle of conference play when we come back. You know, January is a big month for the basketball teams as conference season starts, and every game is a huge game when they talk about the conference. And like the guys were saying, you know, JUCO is really a tough conference of any kind around. And so we have that, but then we also start to see baseball, softball. Softball team's going to open a brand new, you know, state-of-the-art field.
Looks nice.
And so, you know, middle of January, they're going to start playing games on that. And so it's nice to have them in Melbourne as well. So now all of the sports are now right there on campus in Melbourne, and it's going to be great. You know, the baseball team looks like they're going to be loaded again and going to be good. And, of course, we've seen the golf and tennis, so now they're in their real season. And so now we're going to get to see, you know, how their conference and how their championship runs go. And both teams had success in the fall, so got to think that they're going to do well in the spring as well.
Well, I'll tell you, recapping it, the 2016, setting up the 2017 season, now you got Christmas time.
Yeah.
What does the Parsons household do for Christmas?
Yeah, it's always a time just to, like, a lot like Coach Grimes, you know, it's a time to really take a breath, you know, kind of relax and enjoy some time with family. Christmas Eve is always, you go to church and you remember why the season is, and the season is for that reason. And then on the next day is a Sunday, so we'll go back to church like Coach Grimes said. And but we'll have, kind of a late breakfast, early lunch kind of a thing with my mom and brother will come into town. And so we'll just kind of, my wife and I and them, we'll just kind of chill for the day and usually go to a movie that evening, and just have some time with the family, which is nice to have once in a while.
Well, especially since we have you do so much, cover all the sports. You never have a really chance to kind of shut off and get that off ramp to get off that freeway.
Right, no, not too much. So
you're like go time.
Yeah, Christmas and July are about the only 2 times that you really shut off, and the wife remembers who I am and that kind of stuff. So it's nice.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did a nice website, EFSCTitans.com. That's a great way to keep updated with scheduling, updates, all that good jazz. Were you part of that, making that website?
Yeah, definitely. Sam Hensler is the man behind the scenes of that. He put a great website together, and now I get to just run it. It's kind of like the guy who's back there with the X's and O's, and now I just run the plays.
Well, I'll tell you, I wanted to take the time to thank you as being a supporter of me, being part of the show. Dr. Jim Ritchie, Ryan Keel, Jeff Carr, Sam Hensler, producer Rob Landers. It's been quite an honor to be part of the Titans athletic family for 2016, and we're looking to get it set up for 2017. But it's a great time. Christmas time for me is getting everybody together and appreciate what you have and don't focus what you don't have. But with that being said, fans, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve as your TV host of Inside Titan Sports. We wish you and your family a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2017. My name is Eric Kohler on behalf of my producer, Rob Landers. Remember, Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Good day, everybody.